episode 226 of the All the Book Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library. We talk book news, author news, and literary news. I'm Eric Michaels.
I'm Dick Gunning. And
It's
this time...
December.
It is December.
Yeah, happy December.
Boy, you were really speeding through that intro.
Yeah,
You're going so fast.
I didn't want... Last time, I think I got it wrong.
Yeah, you did.
Like
you
it just fell right on my face.
You forgot to say the title of the episode.
And sometimes I say, I'm Nick Gunning.
Confusing. You've never said that.
Oh.
But
next episode.
This week, Eric and I are joined by my old friend, Beau Hutchings. Beau, last time you were here, and I swiveled the mic to you, I hit you right in the face. So you do it this time. Beau, say hello.
Hey, guys.
This is your third time on the podcast. Is that correct?
No.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
It is?
Third in a row.
What was the first time?
The first time we just talked about Christmas movies and things. We didn't do a Christmas book club, an annual Christmas book club, which you were all for last year when we were doing it. You were like, let's
play the tape back.
Let's make this annual.
No. All right, play the tape back now.
No, it's like we don't need to. All right, so this time we are going to be doing our Christmas book club. And just a little refresher on what happened to us last year. It was a trying experience, don't you think? Was it difficult for you?
I had a blast.
Okay, well, that's a good attitude. It's a good change. I read a book called Santa Claude by Rita Mae Brown and her esteemed co-author, Sneaky Pie Brown, who is a cat.
The cat author.
It was a mystery.
Yeah.
There was a lot of... it was about monks trying to save Christmas. And, Beau, what was yours?
Okay.
Snow Globe? Something?
No, Snow Way Out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Snow Globe mystery that we assumed would be a Christmas story, but actually took place, I think, on Halloween, right?
Yeah.
So there was nothing Christmassy about it except for the fact that it was a snow globe.
Yeah. I don't remember the name. Something cake, funnel cake. The funnel cake hell?
Eric was hurt by the book Christmas Cake Murder
by
Joanna Fluke. It's one of the Hannah Swenson books. Tell us a little bit about it. Just give us a little refresher. It was like
sisters and their mom sit around the table talking about how much they like each other's cooking, and then there's a recipe, and then repeat.
Okay, and
there's the murder happened like 30 years in the past,
right.
And it wasn't a murder or something. It was stupid.
I remember.
Homelessness, maybe,
that you hated
was
it.
involved.
Well, tell us what you read for us this year.
A Pony for Christmas, a Montana holiday novella by Bev Peterson.
That sounds wholesome. Give us a little synopsis of the book. Just a quick one.
6-year-old Susie Jenkins desperately wants a pony for Christmas, and she's certain Santa will deliver. After all, she's been on her best behavior for months, not tattling on the bullies and even sharing her only candy cane. Besides, this year she has everything ready, including a cracked water bucket and several wizened carrots. Susie's mother struggles just to put food on the table. Life has been difficult since her husband died, and any pet, especially a pony, is impossible. However, Susie's unflagging
Don't hold back.
belief in the importance of being kind serves as a catalyst, sending ripples throughout her snowy Montana town and bringing love and happiness to more than just big-hearted little girl.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And just a little, did you like it? Did you not like it? We won't get into it yet, but did you like it or didn't you? Was it better than Christmas Cake
Yes,
Murder?
it was better than Christmas
All right,
Cake Funnel.
Last year, as I mentioned, I read a book that was written by a cat. This year, it was just written by a human woman named Sheila Roberts. It's called...
I'm sure she has cats around.
Probably.
As muses.
Probably.
As meowses?
Yeah, we'll allow it. This one is called The 9 Lives of Christmas. So you have a cat named Ambrose.
What? Listen, I know it's a cat thing. Why isn't it the 12 Lives of Christmas?
I think because it's a cat thing.
Yeah, nine
no, I get it, but I get it.
I think cat lore is overtaking Christmas lore in this situation.
Yeah.
So anyway, Ambrose has just died. He's just had his 8th life taken from him. And he's going into his 9th life, and he basically makes a deal with God that if he can accomplish something great...
cat.
Yes.
The cat makes a deal with God.
Yes. If he can accomplish something great in his 9th life, he can just live a nice, peaceful, basically a retirement life in his 9th life. So he decides that he needs to get Zach, a rugged, sexy firefighter, together with Marilee, a mousy store clerk who works at a pet store. Mm-hmm. And that's basically it.
Are they both lonely and sad?
Like Zach's a bit of a player. He's a ladies' man. He wants to play the field.
Right.
Marilee feels like she's in the shadow of her prettier, more successful older sisters and feels like she doesn't have much to offer. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, does she know that confidence is the most attractive thing?
I don't think she does.
Oh.
And so Marilee sees Zach, and Zach sees Marilee, and there is a little bit of a connection there, but Zach is like, no, that's a nice girl that I could spend the rest of my life with, and I don't want to do that. I want a tomcat around. Mm-hmm. And, Ambrose tries to work his cat magic.
Right.
And
otherwise, God will punish him.
I thought it was fine. A lot of things happened in the book that confused me. Tonally, it was very... Tonally, it was very confusing.
Right.
Ranging from like overtly sexual to like Hallmark Christmas movie schmaltzy.
So it's a Lifetime
And
thing
a lot of gruesome cat deaths in this book.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. Beau, what about you? What did you read for us this year? You were a Halloween book last year. Did you manage to get the right holiday?
Yes, this is actually a Christmas story.
Oh.
And it's called The Ghost of Christmas Past, so we really couldn't be confused by that one. So it is a mystery, not a murder mystery, but like a ghost story. This it's a series that follows a southern ghost hunter. Her name is Verity Long. And Verity, I looked up, means truth.
Oh.
So
Okay.
there's that long truth. I don't know.
All right.
And it's written by New York Times bestselling author Angie Fox.
It's not an author I'm familiar with.
Me either.
You hadn't read her work.
But New
Okay.
York Times is.
I guess so,
that's a big
yeah.
thing.
There's so many New York Times bestseller lists.
Is that true?
Well, there's like the ebook bestsellers.
So it's not that hard.
Yeah, well,
Okay. That's what I felt.
you can find it.
But it says the Southern Ghost Hunter Mysteries, Book 8.5.
I
This
see.
is what does that mean? 8.5. Like, why is this not just 8 or 9? Is it
Well-
because it was only 103 pages?
Yeah, it's probably like a Christmas novella set between two main books.
Novella.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
shorter.
Yeah, which I appreciated because
Mine was a novella.
Am I the only one who read a full-size book?
Listen, you're the only one who wants to do this.
We're gonna edit that out of the episode.
To be fair-
that's not welcome.
I mean, yeah, I think this was like a perfect cozy Christmas
Okay.
book. It was the right length for me as far as the story goes.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Was this better than Snow Way Out? Because I can tell you right now that the title is not better than Snow Way Out.
And honestly, the story and book aren't either.
Really?
I preferred Snow Way Out.
Ah.
I wish that Snow Way Out had a Christmas time.
Okay.
I mean, it might if we actually research, because I feel like it was a whole Snow Globe
If
series
you keep
as
going,
well.
eventually they have to do a Christmas one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we were like in a different world, and it's a different tone, sort of. I think to this book, as opposed to the last one. They were both mysteries, but this one was ghosty,
Ooh.
and that supernatural element, which was kind of
Did you like that? Did you find that appealing?
no. I actually liked the Snow Globe one better because that was a murder mystery and one that I could actually kind of like
I see.
wrap my head around a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about the supernatural. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
What about the Deep South?
And again, not familiar.
Yeah, okay.
So I was just kind of lost
Okay.
on this one, but it was short, which I could actually,
Yeah, that's-
I could retain.
That's a
little bit
Christmas
more.
blessing.
That was
So tell me about our ghost hunter. Verity is her name?
Verity Long.
Verity Long. Okay, any relation to Shelley Long from Cheers?
You know, she looks like her in the.
Does
cover
she really?
page,
Oh,
kinda,
I
doesn't
could
she?
see that.
A
Yeah,
little,
maybe.
like,
All right,
they
so
do.
Shelley Long's grandniece.
And yeah, that's a great. Yeah, you can picture a young Shelley Long
Oh, God.
living in
Well,
Sugarland, Tennessee.
Shelley Long, call your agent.
I think it might be a bit
She's
too
not
late.
taking the calls.
I think it could be too late for Shelley on this
All right.
one.
Sorry, Shell.
So Verity Long, Christmas Eve is
Okay.
set to go to her boyfriend's family's Christmas party.
Do they discuss recipes? Because I know Eric likes books where you discuss a lot of recipes.
I don't.
Well, why did you read that one?
I don't.
You know what though? Actually, it does kind of like the end does kind of center around a pie.
Really?
And they,
Oh,
they,
boy.
they couldn't explain it more. Like
Okay.
I feel like they really are like they're really digging into this
Yeah.
pie.
Was there a whole conversation? It's like, that's for, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. I don't want to know.
You're obsessed, Eric. And I am very thankful you're not reading another recipe book this year because I can't
Yeah.
listen to any
no,
more recipes.
Me neither.
I need to get to the meat. I
That's
need to
too
get the
much.
story.
All right, so what's Verity like? What's her deal?
Okay, so here's the interesting thing. So she's dating this guy named Ellis Wydell, and that's who she's going to the Christmas party
I'm
with.
loving these names.
But guess who she was engaged to before she met, in quotation,
Okay.
Ellis?
Who?
His brother, Beau.
Beau?
Beau!
Just like you?
B-E-A-U.
Wow. Call your agent.
I know, but that's kind of twisted.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
guess
think
so.
about it, so she was engaged to this guy, and then she's like, not you.
Yeah.
You.
Right.
So
It's
that's
sort
already
of
going to be
a-
an awkward Christmas.
A while you were sleeping scenario.
Wait.
Maybe.
How?
Well, that's what happened. Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, but Beau's still awake.
Oh, both ways.
He's watching everything.
Okay.
And drinking anything he can get his hands on. Spoiler alert.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Doesn't turn out good for old
he's
Beau.
filled with that pie.
Yeah. They're all right. So she's set to go to this Christmas party, which is going to be awkward because Beau's going to be there, you know?
Yeah.
She was engaged to this dude's brother,
Yes.
and now she's engaged to a new guy.
Well, dating, but
Dating.
yeah, probably
Okay.
gonna get
Okay, do they get into this? Do they get into this? Is it like a love triangle, or is it not really an element?
No, I mean it kind of comes into play at the end, but it's really not centered around that.
It's
Mostly,
more pie-centric at the end.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But the pie saves
Yeah.
the story.
Really
I'm
good.
telling you.
Okay.
But really, the big crux of it is that the mother of the boys does not like Verity,
I see.
so she's like kind of the foil.
And the mother is alive?
Yes,
She's not the ghost.
Yeah, she's kind of the okay. So it's called The Ghost of Christmas Past. So she's kind of
Okay.
the Scrooge-esque character,
Oh, okay.
the mother.
Right.
But Verity's the one that goes on the journey that Scrooge would go. So it doesn't make
Okay.
any kind of sense.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, so Verity is, amongst all this drama, she also has powers to see ghosts.
Oh.
Yeah,
And communicate with them.
and communicate with
Okay.
them. Yeah, so then,
Okay.
so basically Verity gets in a fight with the mother right before the party, decides not to go to the party, so she stays home, and then her normal ghost friend comes to visit her and says, you have a visitor. I don't know how. So anytime this other guy that like lives in the house comes in, he allows her the ability to
I
see
see.
the ghost.
Was it a ghost whisperer situation? Was Jennifer Love Hewitt there?
Oh, maybe Jennifer Love Hewitt could be Verity Long.
Oh boy, there's
that-
not a Lifetime movie she won't do.
That would play better, I think.
Do you
than-
think it would?
Than good old Shelley Long.
Okay. All right. Well,
No shade.
don't give away your ending now. Let's dive into one of these other books. Eric, are you prepared to talk about what is it? Christmas Pony Christmas?
It's a pony for Christmas, a Montana holiday novella. Mine was also a novella.
Okay.
By Bev Peterson. 6-year-old Susie Jenkins desperately wants a pony for Christmas.
Are you going to read that all again? Don't read it again.
And a third.
Take us in. What are these characters like? What's Susie like?
Susie's a nice kid.
And
She's-
which one is the ghost?
No, this one doesn't have a ghost.
The pony's the
No,
ghost.
this is in Montana as well.
Okay.
So,
Montana.
though there is a death.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I need to know. This is one of those things. I need to know if the animal's going to die because I can't handle animal deaths.
the animal is a non-entity in this book.
But it's called the Christmas Pony.
Correct. It's called A Pony for Christmas.
A Pony for Christmas.
Right.
So last year you read a book about a Christmas cake murder, and there was
Mhm.
no Christmas cake murder.
Right.
And this year you wrote a book called a Christmas.
It's a pony for
pony
Christmas.
for Christmas.
Right.
But the pony is not really a central element to the book.
Well, at the end of the book, there's Christmas.
Okay.
So you would assume that a pony for Christmas would show up at the
Are
end.
there pies, or is that just in bows?
Listen, all right. Susie's nice.
Oh, good.
She is trying to be on her best behavior because she wants a pony. Her mom is kind of sad sometimes because her husband died a while ago.
Oh, okay.
And Susie's nice because she's a nice kid, but she also isn't aware of her situation of being poor. She's, it's just life for her. And so when people comment on her being poor, she doesn't really get it. Like one person calls her like a ragamuffin and she has to ask her mom what that is. And, she finds out and she doesn't really understand it.
What is a ragamuffin?
It's just a kid in rags.
Like a
basically.
Little Orphan Annie situation.
Yeah, like a Little Orphan Annie situation.
I have professional
Because
experience.
they live at this place, and there's this ranch where they have horse races and everything. And her mom and her go there for a Christmas party, and you could tell that the owner of this ranch, who is also a young guy, is interested in Susie's mom, and maybe vice versa. But there's this homeless guy who lives on the streets, whose name escapes me right now, and I got rid of the book. Let's call him Carl, because I think
Homeless
that could
Carl.
I think that's right. So Carl is homeless, and people just kind of ignore him. He lives in a barn that's all run down and everything, and she's very nice to him, and she gets a candy cane, and it's all she has, but she gives it to him, and it makes him almost cry and everything. And he kind of is telling her, don't ask for a pony for Christmas. It's bad news. Basically, he had a daughter, we find out, who was on a horse, and the horse ran out the barn.
Horse, not a pony?
I think it was a horse.
This
in
was
the
a horse,
situation,
okay.
Right. The horse ran out of the barn with the daughter on it, and she hit her head on the barn door, and she died.
Whoa.
And so he's been living as a homeless man for about 5 years or so.
Listen, I'm just going to jump into my book for a minute because a similar thing happened to Ambrose in one of his early lives. He was riding on the back of a dog, and the dog ran through a pet door and smashed Ambrose's head into the door, and Ambrose died.
Well, my book didn't really describe the death.
My book did, and you don't want it to. You don't think it would, but it did.
Dark.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now Carl is just like, you don't want a horse, don't get a horse and everything. And
What about pony?
he's saying the same thing. But he does help. It's very sad because she's like collecting hay and grass to feed the horse,
Jeez.
just like off the ground and keeping it.
It's a hard knock life.
And she has like a bucket that she offered him, but he didn't take it. So now she's going to save it. But like it said in the description, it's a cracked bucket. So it's like,
Did you say a crack bucket or a
no,
crack?
a cracked bucket.
Cracked
so just
bucket.
imagine a very poor child with not a lot, whose mom is struggling, collecting whatever she can find to take care of a horse that we know she can't afford.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's basically what the book is leading up to.
Okay, that's so
while
they
other
don't tell us
people
where it
make
goes.
comments about her situation that she doesn't fully understand, and her mom is trying to be sweet and is like, "Wouldn't you rather a sled?" and all this stuff. Meanwhile,
Don't have to feed a sled.
that's true.
I have a confession to make to both of you. It was long after I was married that I learned that ponies were not just baby horses.
No, they're separate.
I didn't
yeah.
know that they were separate things.
Yeah.
I just thought that's what you call
Yeah.
cute little baby horses.
No,
Did you know? I don't know what the
I'm
difference
on it.
is.
You guys
Eric's,
talk about other
Eric's
stuff.
looking at.
Is it like the size? I feel like ponies are generally smaller, right? Or am I thinking of a donkey?
Well, that's why I thought they were just baby horses.
Oh, yeah. Well, ponies are so cute. You know, like My Little
is height.
Pony.
A horse is usually considered to be equine. That's at least 14.2 hands
Beau got it.
or 4 feet 10 inches tall. A pony is less than that.
Okay. All right. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the 9 lives of Christmas.
Sure, something else.
So I think I told you the basics, but Ambrose the cat is his former owner dies, and and her family's like, nah, just take the cat to the shelter. We don't want the cat. And so Zach, our fireman hero, finds the cat with the tag and calls the family, and they're like, we found this cat, and they're like, we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And so Zach doesn't want to keep the cat, but he likes it, and he's not a jerk, so he decides to keep the
Orange cat?
well,
On the cover is
an orange cat.
You have
They
an
don't-
orange cat.
I do. They don't make a big deal about whether or not the cat in here is orange. So Zach doesn't have any supplies for the cat, so he goes to this like a Petco type store,
Right.
and Marilee is the clerk there. And so they have a little meet cute, and she's like, here's the things you want for your cat, and they kind of go through the aisles, and they have this cute little thing. He right away starts talking about like how sexy she looks, and it was weird. It was no, like in his head, he's like, boy, I bet under that frumpy outfit. It was a lot of weird stuff like that.
That's a very stereotypical male thing. I mean, like, don't we say that?
Is this the cat?
Not the cat, it's Zach. It's just
Oh.
they just make up. It's
I
just
thought the cat saw
The
this.
cat
It
thinks
was like,
she
I'm
looks
gonna hook these
good
two
on
up because I bet under all that for humans.
no, the cat just takes a liking to her. But Zach, he quotes a Dr. Hook song that is already, it's from. When he sees her, he says he couldn't help thinking of the Dr. Hook song, "You Make My Pants Want to Get Up and Dance." Do you know that song?
No.
It's not a G-rated song, and that's like what he sees. That's what he thinks of when he sees her.
He's
which
got
is
his Dolomite records.
which I just
in
think
the
is
wing.
such a weird. And throughout the whole book, he just keeps talking about. They both like see each other, and in their head, they're like, "Boy, one of these days." Seriously, it was weird. It was weird because it was such a like Hallmark, cozy, sweet thing. But in
Right.
there, both of their internal monologues were like Trey sexy. So
It takes you out of it for a minute, I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
it does. And then add to that some scenes are from the cat's perspective,
Right.
where he's trying to figure out how to get the two together. Meanwhile, Zach has a girlfriend who is older than him
Oh.
and is kind of like his sugar mama. Like she keeps
Oh.
giving him things, and it's very weird. I know.
Is it necessary?
No, I don't think it is. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So she's no good. I mean, she's just not super pleasant, and she was a former in one of Ambrose's early lives. She was his former owner. So Ambrose is the cat.
Oh, so
Yes.
in this world,
Yeah.
humans are also experience resurrection.
No.
Oh.
She's the same person. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
she had a cat who.
I just wanted to understand the rules of this
I
world.
thought she was dating the dead woman.
I don't know. Yeah.
Listen, is somebody dating a dead person in your book?
Don't worry about it.
Trademark Beau Hutchings. So anyway, we learned that this woman who Zach is dating, whose name I just can't remember.
Just come up with a name. Call
She
him
was
Carl.
not she doesn't want this cat around, and so she's like, it's either me or the cat. And so Zach's like, well, I guess I gotta get rid of this cat so I
What?
can keep things going with this woman who he doesn't like.
If I was dating someone and they said that to me, that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
You've sealed your fate.
So Zach continues to bond with this cat. Ambrose the cat keeps coming up with reasons to make Zach go to the pet store. Like he eats something that makes him sick. he refuses to eat his food, so he has to like go to the pet store to get more food. He's like, he won't use the litter box, so they have to get a pet door. It's just Ambrose keeps coming up with reasons to get Zach and Merrily together.
And it's smart. He's protecting his own well-being in that case, because I mean, once you've invested that much, you might as well keep the cat. Otherwise, you have a pet door
and
for no reason.
That is kind of a factor. This guy's like, well, I've already turned my life upside down with this cat. Meanwhile, Merrily has a cat named Queenie. Okay, who was
has the hots for this Ambrose?
They're not. They don't meet. They're not together at this point. And so, but she's not allowed to have cats in her building, so she's hiding Queenie, and it's very stressful for Merrily because she's a nice girl. She doesn't like to lie to anyone, you know.
Wait, she works at a pet store and she can't have pets?
It's more like a pet supply store, but they do have some pets. The nasty girlfriend who wants to get rid of the cat.
Yeah, but I mean, she's giving him like Xboxes and stuff, so that's cool.
Her dad owns the pet shop store where Merrily works.
Oh no!
So there's a little bit of a kerfuffle there.
I went to the kerfuffle before Christmas.
Oh,
in
was that
Buffalo?
fun? That's nice.
Yeah.
Eventually, mean girlfriend gets Merrily fired.
Let's call her
basically
Janet.
like kicked out on the street,
right?
Because she can't afford her apartment. She doesn't know what to do with the cat, and so she's out there. And Zach is like not feeling great about this, but Zach has a whole thing of his own. Okay, Zach's dad and mom got divorced, and now he has this weird relationship with his mom, who he kind of blames for the divorce. And he's got this weird thing with his dad, and the mom is remarried, and he has step siblings that he's not close to, and so he feels kind of adrift in his own personal life.
Mommy issues, and then he's dating an older woman. That makes total sense.
Oh yeah, it all comes together now.
It does make sense. So
you got a Superman complex with this cat. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, maybe. Here's the thing that's so weird about it. Okay, because first of all, it's not like smutty romance novel sexy, but it's way sexier than you would anticipate based on like the cover of the book and the synopsis.
Yeah.
Like the language is much sexier. It's not what I expected. I would pay money betting that the publisher or whoever was like, you need to give that cat his own thing. You need to give that cat a storyline and some dialogue, because the whole plot about the cat Ambrose making a deal with God about getting these two together and in the cat's former life feels very tacked on. And you go like 100 pages without referencing that, and then all of a sudden, like, you're talking about it again. It just seems like it wasn't supposed to be there. And also, the deaths of this cat are somewhat graphic.
Yeah.
And you hear about many of the 8 preceding lives. So it's very tonally weird.
Okay.
People will start writing a book, and then all of a sudden they think, oh, I need to tie this in, so they have to go back and kind of insert a storyline here, and you know what I mean, like dissect it as they go.
Well, I mean, yes, I think that does happen, but this one to me just feels like it was a very straightforward story, and then this whole like sentient cat making a deal with God thing just doesn't really gel with the rest of it. So it's just my suspicion is that there was some outside like, why don't we take another run at this, Sheila, and add some sentient cat scenes to it.
Did you say sensual cat things?
Done. All right. Okay. So that's the tenor of my book. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the ghosts of Christmas Past. So you've told us that it sounds like things are maybe about to come to head.
Yeah. Are Southern manners an important factor of this book?
Yes, because the family that we're dealing with, the Weidells, own Sugarland pretty much. So it's a very like old time Southern
We don't mind that ghost, but he don't mind his P's and Q's.
Exactly. Verity's got the vapors, that kind of thing. Like very, very conservative, like classic.
The vapors.
I got
like
a case of the vapors.
Fanning themselves.
Yeah, I mean, Verity's less so, but the
juleps.
mother, Virginia's very mint julep.
Do they ever sing that song from Mame?
In the musical version, they probably will insert that.
Do they? Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
because
this is definitely going to Broadway.
Okay, so where do we come to? Are we at the point where we can talk about the murder?
So there's not really a murder. It's,
okay.
It's a ghost story, and the murders have already happened. It is wholesome in the sense of like it's not gruesome. We don't get into that. So this Verity lives in a home that is haunted by this man named Frankie. He was a gangster back in the 20s, and he was shot in the head, and so they refer to the bullet wound in his forehead a lot. So that's the amount of gore that we go. We just see like a wound in his forehead. So he's the one that is like her channel to the ghostly world. So after she decides to not go to the Christmas party, she gets a visit from another ghost, a woman named Donna, when she was alive 3 years prior, had brought Verity to this skunk that becomes Verity's pet. Speaking of pets.
Wait. So there are two ghosts?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's Frankie who lives there,
Who's
and then
like
Donna.
a 1920s mobster.
Yep, and then
Okay.
Donna, who is a lady in the community that worked at a pet store.
Yeah,
through
wow,
line. It's all
interesting.
connected.
Okay.
They're getting real creative.
I guess so.
So,
Is the skunk a ghost or a real?
the skunk is real.
He's live.
And
Okay.
she found him when
I'm a
he was a
little
baby
disappointed.
on the side of the street. And then apparently in Tennessee, the law is you can't have a skunk as a pet, which makes total sense.
Sure.
But
It's a wild animal.
somehow Verity can get away with it.
Oh, did they have him stinked?
They never refer to that, and I thought they should spend
definitely
two
should
more
take-
pages
I
explaining
mean, if she's
that
hanging
one.
out with ghosts all the time, that skunk is gonna get scared. That's all I'm saying. He's going to get scared.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna get
yeah,
stinked.
but
Is
the
that what you
skunk
say,
seems
stinked?
very lovely.
Stunk.
Skunks
Thank
are
you.
technically skinks.
Is that what you say?
Skinks or
That-
skunks.
That sounds right.
They're technically
Let's check
cats, right?
Dr. Seuss. I'll have to check with Ambrose the cat because he's lived 9 different lives. So
Yeah,
he
check with
knows.
Ambrose.
I'll check.
I'm not sure he's run into a
I'll
skunk
run it
or
up the
two.
Christmas flagpole and just
Yeah.
see what Ambrose says.
Maybe in one of Ambrose's past lives he got killed by the stench of a skunk.
Maybe he did.
But no, there's the skink. Oh my gosh, the skunk
Yeah.
never
Skink.
smells.
They're related to polecats and other members of the weasel family. Their closest old world relatives is the stink badger.
The stink badger.
The stink badger.
It's a nickname.
I guess it is. Yeah. They are cute. Yeah, they're supposed to be very nice pets.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They are. Yeah.
on cartoons.
Yeah.
So yes, so the skunk brought Donna and Verity together.
Okay.
So Donna has come
Just
back
like
to
Ambrose.
town to see. Yeah, it's always the animal. Although the animal is very secondary in this story, but I feel like he helps her a little bit more. Or actually, the skunk is Lucy. Helps Verity in a lot of her journeys.
She's like a
in other
mystery
books.
solving skunk.
Kinda, yeah. Well, no. Verity's a mystery solving ghost.
Oh, okay.
And the skunk, I feel like, is just along for the ride.
He's there. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but
he doesn't. It's not a Scooby Doo situation.
No,
then.
no.
Okay.
But they do put a lot of importance on Lucy in the beginning, and then you just don't really see her till the end.
Huh. So like a Scrappy Doo situation, maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Scooby would be more like Frankie in this story, because
okay.
Frankie goes on the journey with,
that's fun.
Verity.
That's fun. And Frankie is the one who was murdered.
Yes.
And did you try to figure out Frankie's murder? Is that an element?
I don't know in prior stories if maybe they do.
Okay.
The weird thing is, so like when she moved into the house, there was an urn left there, and it was Frankie's urn.
Okay.
And then somehow they don't. There's so many inside references to the past books in this book that I'm like, I don't know where we're at.
Okay.
You know, it's like you got to fill me in a little bit more. So somehow the urn is the way that that Verity realized she can see ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Through Frankie. It's not a scary, you don't deal with scary ghosts,
Okay.
per se. But then when Donna comes,
It's like a Casper situation.
yeah, these are the friendly ghosts.
Okay.
But then we get into like kind of the meat of the story when Donna comes and she explains that since she lived at a pet store, she's been on a mission back in Sugarland to lead all her prior employees to find animals that need rescue. So I don't know how she does that. If she like writes a note and then drops it, and then they go find the pets and save them.
Oh, living.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
She
in
as a
danger.
ghost is like unionizing living pet store workers to save animals that need help, and she knows about this because she is a ghost and has some sort of ghost power.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. Listeners, if you're wondering why you haven't heard from Eric in a while, if you don't know this, animal facts are like Eric's obsession.
Really?
And so he memorizes these facts and then puts them into everyday conversations. So I would like a few skunk facts for Beau and myself. I hate when people say myself. For Beau and me and our listeners. So please go ahead.
It's I and Beau, actually, grammatically correct. You wanted skunk facts? Yeah. I was just learning about how you have them as pets. Apparently, removing their stink glands is illegal in the UK since 2006.
What about in Tennessee?
It's probably okay. Yeah. So even though they can be pretty like lovable and everything, you still gotta be careful because they have very sharp fangs. Yeah, I mean they're badgers basically. So sharp fangs and everything, and they're pretty intelligent. So that means their temperament varies from skunk to skunk. So like dogs. Or cats, specifically. And also, you should always have like a stuffed animal when playing with it because of those teeth and claws. And you can house train them, which I already knew that. So,
Do they have sensitivity to the spirit world? Because this skunk can see the ghosts too.
it doesn't say, but I think with the same with intelligence, it varies from skunk to skunk. You never know which one has made a deal with God.
I think we've learned a lot about the noble stink badger today in this in this episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
cats are very sensitive, apparently. We're
To-
learning, or the feline kind of world.
I
You're
see.
from your cat to my cat. So, because this cat can see Donna, or this skunk can see Donna,
Oh.
the ghost.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's
just
like a
throwing that
it's like
in
a
there.
Sixth Sense situation.
And I feel like they explain a little bit more of the skunk in prior books, but
Okay.
I'm not going to get there this year.
Not this year.
Yeah,
but
maybe 2020.
Lord willing, in the future. Okay. All right. So what's your next step, Eric? Where are we at?
To answer a previous question as well, so ponies tend to be more stoic and intelligent than larger horses, but that doesn't necessarily make them docile. They can be wily, but which means it's actually sometimes better to get a quiet horse than a docile than a pony, because the pony might be trickier. Ponies are
how do
very
you-
adept at avoiding work and withstanding the consequences. So you're not wrong about them having some similarities with donkeys.
Let me ask you this: when horse shopping, how do you know if what you're looking at is a quiet horse or just a horse having a bad day?
Yeah. Hey, ponies are incredibly strong for their size.
And intelligent.
yeah,
I've had some of my best political talks have been with ponies.
this says they're hardier than horses and can withstand greater ranges of temperature.
Really?
Which is good for Montana.
That's not the movie and book True Grit tell you otherwise. That pony doesn't do so well in that book.
But maybe the meat's tougher.
Wow.
Sorry.
Anyway, tell us
Okay,
that.
so all right, so
The
Susie.
meat's tougher.
So don't you?
Okay.
You got to remember the guy who owns the ranch.
Carl?
the horse. No, Carl's the homeless
hobo.
man.
Okay, all right.
You got to remember the son, the other character. Let's call him. It was a W, so we'll just call him Will.
Will.
Yeah, it could have been Wesker. I don't know.
Wesker.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was Wesker.
Will owns the ranch and everything. And,
Okay.
that's where the horses are. And he likes Susie because Susie's one of the only people to thank him because he handed out candy canes at
Oh.
a Christmas party.
Wow.
And anyways, Susie gets to see the horses there, and the mom goes off with Will, and like they talk, and it seems like they have a good time and everything. Susie invites Carl, the homeless man,
Sure.
to her house for Christmas dinner
Oh.
because he's homeless and he doesn't have anything.
Did she check with her parents first?
She asked her mom
Oh,
first.
okay, well,
and
that's-
it makes her mom cry. A lot of her mom is always just like, I'm so proud of you, and always hugging her and almost crying.
Okay.
Life is hard.
Yeah.
But Susie's like, we should invite her because she doesn't have anything, and I can give him my candy cane and everything. It's Christmas Day comes.
Okay.
She comes down.
Don't give away the ending.
I won't,
just yet.
but she
Okay.
comes down to the. She doesn't look under the tree. She runs right to the barn, the shed that she has, that she's been preparing for the horse, or the pony, because that's where Santa's going to put it. And she goes there, and there's nothing there. And all she could say to her mom is he didn't come because he
boy.
would have brought the pony.
Same thing happened to Linus on
What
Halloween.
she gets for Christmas is a sled from her
Okay.
mom,
Well, that's
who
nice.
just keeps like, isn't this great? Isn't this
Yeah.
fun? And she gets the biggest candy cane she's ever seen from Will,
Okay.
the ranch
Estate
owner, right.
sure. Yeah.
And she decides she's going to give that candy cane to Carl, the homeless man.
Oh.
That's how selfless Susie is.
Wow.
But she's very sad, and she's just determined. She's like, I'm just going to be even better this year. And
Okay.
next Christmas, Santa's going to remember to bring me a pony.
Okay. All right. So back to 9 Lives of Christmas. Now, Marilee has been found out that she has this cat in her apartment.
Oh, no.
Okay? And so they're like, basically, you got to move out or you got to get rid of this cat. And her sisters don't want the cat. You know, nobody wants the cat, but she can't just let the cat go.
Right.
She's also been fired from her job, so she's on this ticking time bomb about when she's got to get out of the apartment. So, you know, she and Zach have known each other just from the pet store, but she sees Zach and she asks Zach to take in the cat. Okay?
Mhm.
So Zach already has his cat, Ambrose, which he refuses to call Ambrose. He calls him Tom. But I think that's mean because this is a very old cat and he knows the cat's real name, but he likes Tom better.
Mhm.
I just think it's insensitive. But
Can the cat communicate with the humans?
only through like, you know, no, not really. I mean, he goes on his hunger strike and so that Zach, you know,
No.
will take him to the, but he's not like, hey, take me to the vet. I'm
Can't be like, hey, it's Ambrose.
no, but he does have a tag that says Ambrose. So I'm just saying it's Zach's.
There is some,
issue.
yeah. I mean, we got our cat Blanche. She's like 10 years plus,
Yeah.
and the sign just said Blanche,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure she's deaf.
Right.
But now we call her Blanche.
That's
It
nice.
just seemed respectful.
Yeah.
It was a name that she had before us.
It is respectful.
If somebody adopted me today, it was like, your name's Chris now.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's Eric.
Are you open to an adoption today?
I don't know.
Did you get Blanche's stink glands removed?
Are you open to changing your name today?
No.
Huh.
It's Eric, but I am open to being adopted by a wealthy family.
Oh, I learned an interesting fact today that Jamie Foxx, actor Jamie Foxx,
Uh-huh.
his actual birth name is Eric. So,
What?
yeah, you learn something new every day.
Wow.
Anyway,
He could
so
have been Eric Fox?
I doubt very much that Fox with 2 X's is Jamie Foxx's last name. But anyway, so Zach is like, well, I didn't even want one cat. Now I got this other one. So he takes in Queenie. Guess what?
What?
In a former life, Queenie and Ambrose were married.
Aww.
Cat married. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
great.
I didn't
I'm
want to
happy
give it
about
away
that.
too
Okay.
soon, but
That's happy.
they do find each other, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Is that you?" And then they're together
Yeah.
again. But will they stay together?
Right.
Because Marilee might, find something new. Cut to Zach's family. All right, I mentioned he's got the dad, and the dad's kind of a mopey drunk.
So
calling him
Zach's-
up, being like,
Zach's
"I sure
open to
do
being
miss
adopted.
Your mom,
Is what you're
And
saying.
He's kind of cold to the mom, and he's kind of cold to his steps, and like he doesn't really want to spend Christmas with them, and
No.
blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
he's not going to do that. He finally just ditches the pet store lady when he finds out that the daughter of the owner, the original, the
Right,
girlfriend
yes,
from the beginning,
yeah.
who's mean to Marilee
Yeah.
and everybody. Ditches her
Sugar
when
Mama.
he finds out Sugar
Yeah.
Mama. When he finds out Sugar Mama got Marilee canned, he's like, "This is not going to work." So goodbye. Yeah. Meanwhile, Marilee is feeling down. She feels like she's not pretty enough for Zach. Like she can't get his interest. So her sisters take her out, and they're like, "You don't need to worry. We're all rich and beautiful. We're going to get you the best looking outfit in the world."
Oh, it's a makeover scene.
It is, and they're like, "With your amazing body, these clothes are really going to get his attention." It's just a little skeevy, but
Yeah. You remember the book we read, Attachments? And
Yeah,
how it
Rainbow Rowell.
a lot of it was from the guy's point of view.
Yeah.
And he just saw himself as this like geeky figure.
Yeah.
And was always just kind of looking down. He had glasses or something.
Yeah.
But like throughout the book, we learn that he actually spends a lot of time working out. And when we see the view from other people, we find out he's like jacked.
Yeah.
And like this massive hunk of a man. It's this situation, isn't
I
it?
guess so.
It's like not another teen movie where they're like,
Yeah.
how are you going to be attractive?
Yep.
And they take her ponytail out and take her glasses off, and she's like hot.
I'm a genius. Yep.
Well, anyway, so Marilee.
Originally, she's all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Marilee. Thank you, Eric. Thank
No
you. For
problem.
That. Thank you for that fact check.
Yeah.
Marilee sees Jack when
The difference between She's All That
Yes.
and Not Another Teen Movie is Not Another Teen Movie is quite wily.
Oh.
It's okay. Excuse me, I need
Yeah.
to talk about this. It is, more importantly, it is a parody of all
Yeah.
the teen movies we grew up with in the 90s, as we know and love. Like Can't Hardly Wait, and then what else was there? Never Been Kissed.
Yeah.
You and I saw Mean Girls in theater together. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Okay.
Good times. Well, you and I saw the live the tour together.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the live Broadway
We
tour?
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see it so bad. And it just started in Buffalo when you guys saw it, like at the very beginning.
Yeah.
of
Wasn't
the
it like
tour.
its first show? I said episode for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. They all broke, or they didn't break. Something broke, and they had to like freeze.
I
And there was
love
a big
that.
announcement with like everybody on the button, and then they just like rewound for like 2 seconds, and then went right back to it.
Like, we're experiencing technical difficulties,
Yeah.
and the audience is just like, ooh, live
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah. They just have to stand there.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to get that like backstage view.
Yeah. There you go. That was Mean Girls. Tina Fey was not there.
No, but she did the pre-recorded
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah.
That was fun.
That's fine.
That was something.
I love phone calls.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Marilee kind of she goes to see Zach in her sexy outfit, and so they kiss. They make out a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know, he's a male fireman. Why isn't he being objectified?
Yeah. That's a good. Well, no, definitely he is.
Oh, okay.
Every time she sees him, she's like, "You better turn on the sprinkler system in here."
Gosh. Yeah.
So they kiss, and it's going well. And Zach's like, "Ooh," he pulls away, and he's like, "No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not interested." And so the thing is, he knows that she's the Marion type, and he could see himself settling down with her, but he doesn't want to give up his like carousing. You know what I mean? He wants to.
So he's like looking for like friends with benefits
sugar mama,
situation.
a sugar mama.
Oh, another sugar mama.
So anyway, so the Marilee's very like, well, I guess I am ugly. If not even these like clothes are gonna do the trick. And so they kind of separate, but they're still connected because he still has her cat. And so meanwhile,
That's pretty clever though.
what?
Like, hey, can you take my cat?
Yeah.
And now we just have to hang out a lot
They're
because you're my
essentially
cat.
divorced parents is what's happening now.
And he's used to that.
yeah, he's used to it.
He likes it.
So anyway, he's talking to the dad, and the dad's like, "I sure do miss your mom." And he's like, "Yeah, well, okay, sorry, I don't want to talk about this." And then he's with, he goes to see the mom, and she's like, "Why don't you stay with us for Christmas?" And he's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk to you guys. And so he leaves. Their house burns to the ground on Christmas Eve, and he's a fireman. So if he'd been there, he would have known that something was up. Everybody lives, but they are displaced from their house, and they have to move in with Zach, who doesn't even have a Christmas tree.
But he does have 2 cats.
But he does have 2 cats. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And a smoking bod?
He starts, yeah. So he starts sort of bonding with the
Ugh.
with the stepsisters.
There's a
and
lot to
everything.
this.
And it comes out
Uh-huh.
He's always thought his mom was the villain of the story.
Dad.
But now he's kind of wondering, like, everything. He's saying, like, everything was so hard when I was a kid. You guys got divorced, and then my favorite aunt moved away.
Uh-oh.
Well, guess what?
Uh-oh.
Guess what? Dad and the mom's sister had a
Oh.
little something going. So it turns out Dad was the villain the whole time.
Yeah.
And Mom didn't want to spoil his view of Dad. And so it's destroyed this family for a generation.
Right.
All right, Beau, so where are we in
We need to wrap
Christmas
this
Town?
up. You got to get to the end of these books.
No, we're never.
I've only got 60 pages.
We're never going to do it. All right. So you ready to bring us home with your book, Beau?
I feel like I haven't even started. Okay, so anyway, so Donna comes to the house and is like, "Oh, Verity, will you help me? There's this animal that I need rescued, and I can't get anybody to go to this area because it's really, really
A lot of
creepy."
animals this Christmas.
It's so she yeah, it is, and so what she wants her to save are a sow and the sow's babies. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like,
Calves.
"No, just I'm getting there." And SOW is sow. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Right.
Okay.
But baby cows are calves.
Yeah, but hold on. Okay. It'll all
Or is it a
unfold
pig?
very quickly. And you'll be surprised. You'll
Okay.
get the Google ready.
What's a baby pig?
No, don't. Okay, so anyway, so she's like, okay, come save this sow and the sow's kids, but nobody will go there because it's a really creepy area and it's obviously haunted. So I need you to go speak to the ghosts and save these cats. Sow.
Uh-huh.
So, so Verity takes
Oh,
Frankie.
duh, it's a piglet. I'm so stupid. What's a baby pig called?
Yeah, but I feel like aren't there other sows?
Yeah.
Like other definition of sow?
Cows.
Because anyway, so we get in the car. She gets Frankie in the
whale?
car. They head to the cider mill with Donna,
Mhm.
and of course the car can't make it all the way to the cider mill, so it gets kind of stuck. And then like we have to walk all the way from here, you know. So they're trudging through the mud, and I feel like Angie Fox, that's her name. She does a good job in this part to me of describing the environment and everything, really setting the scene. So I'm like on the journey with her, and then we get to the cider mill, and it's very creepy the way she sets it up. So the cider mill is owned by the Wydell family, the Wadells, as you remember, you know, the old rich family in Sugarland.
Old money in the cider mill.
You know, with a mint julep in hand. You know, very very proper Southern. So they get there, and then all of a sudden Donna's like, "Oh, you know, I forgot to mention it's like my grandson's first Christmas. I want to go watch because she's a ghost."
Oh, right.
So she kind of gives really.
Is sow an insulting term for like a person they don't like here? Like, oh, go to that sow's house, but it's really just like Beth.
No, actually, that's a good guess, but
Well, it wasn't, but
she literally says sow and is referring to an animal because Donna's no nonsense. She's not
no
gonna call
nonsense
somebody.
ghost.
Yeah, she doesn't have time.
No,
She's
she
only on this
doesn't.
earth
Yeah.
for forever. I
She's
guess
already
now.
on borrowed time, though.
Yes.
That's the thing.
She doesn't come to Sugarland very often.
I see.
And she really came because she wants to see her grandson's first Christmas.
Is it like a Casper situation where if she finishes her unfinished business, she will cross over?
No, they don't go that
No,
into
that's not
depth.
happening.
Because I feel like Donna's just going to be around forever. So that's why I don't understand why. She's very selfish.
Who played Casper when he was in human form in the movie?
Devon Sawa.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was like the JTT, Devon Sawa, Andrew Keegan era.
Wow.
I could talk 90s.
Who's
all day.
Devon Sawa?
He
Played
looked
Casper in the live action.
He looks like me in 5th grade.
Really?
Yeah, he had like the bowl cut, like towhead blonde.
Fun fact, Beau at 17 also looked like Beau in 5th grade.
And Devon Sawa and Casper probably
Right,
today.
Probably.
You know, like Nick Carter from Backstreet Boys?
You
Like
know.
that guy.
You know.
Like blonde.
He's in Little Giants?
Oh, Wild America. Little Giants in Wild America. That's what I know.
Wild America with JTT?
Oh, probably.
Well,
Were they
there
in a
you
movie
go.
together?
I guess they were.
And you know I saw it. I just can't
I-
remember it
I
now.
d-
I didn't like
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
I don't
He's 41 years old, and he looks like
wait, let me see.
who does he look like? Who is this? Like, what does that look like? Yeah.
Did not age well.
Well, he aged normally.
Does he listen to this?
Yeah, Devon Sawa was a huge. All the books.
With apologies to Devon Sawa.
I didn't. I mean, he looks good. He looks fine. He looks great.
You don't have to lie.
He's Canadian.
Oh, that'll do it.
Ah.
All that cold.
Who's not Canadian?
Yeah.
I feel like all the Hollywood elite are
That's not
Canadian.
even what bacon looks like.
Okay, so anyway, we're at the cider mill.
Yes.
So Donna's like, okay, I gotta go. Watch my grandson enjoy Christmas. Blah blah
Sure.
blah blah. And she's like, all right, here's the deal. So the sows are in the basement. There's a really evil force around.
There's
you
an
know.
evil force?
Yes, that's the thing. That's why
Wow.
nobody will go because this place is obviously haunted.
Oh my gosh.
So Verity, with her, her ability to communicate with the dead, thank you, is the best option. So she's like, okay, so they're in danger, the sow and her kids, and you have to go save them and just, watch out for the spirits. Bye.
Right.
Okay, so bye, Donna. So she didn't explain very well. So Verity gets there. She goes downstairs. Okay, so the sow we discover is, are you ready, Eric?
Yes. Eric, you ready?
Apparently a female bear and her cubs. So it's like this big black bear and her cubs. That's what she's dealing with.
In the malevolent basement?
Yes.
Really?
Asleep.
Wow.
A female bear is called a sow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Male bears are called boars. And a group of bears is called a sloth. That's fun.
Wow.
I found out black bears are actually more scared of us than we are of them. But that's probably not true because they're bears. So, but
I don't think you'd be going like.
I was reading something that if you get between a black bear and his cub, there's a pretty good chance you're going to live through the experience. Grizzly bear, and you're dead. You might as well just shoot yourself, or before the bear knocks the gun out of your hands. Like, no, you don't get off that easy.
But still,
that's a great bear voice. Eric's not good at voices normally, but that one I thought was really
a bear
great.
at the table. Actor's studio with a bear. Okay, so she discovers
malevolent dark magic is at play in the basement with a living bear family.
Exactly.
Okay,
who are asleep. So
a sloth.
So Verity's like, what's the problem? What's the danger? So there's like
what's the danger?
Well, with the bear. Why do we need to get them out of this basement? So apparently there's this like pulley system above them that's on like, I don't know, it's like twisting around and it's like something's about to drop on the sleeping bear. So Verity has to figure out a way to like get the pulley system out of the way. It's so convoluted.
That sounds like it. And they only got 100 pages to get this done.
And Donna didn't explain it very well.
And we haven't even got to the pies yet.
Exactly.
Wow.
I know. So all right. So I'll fast forward a bit.
Okay.
So she meets the first ghost, whose name is Phineas Waddell.
We haven't even talked about the ghosts yet?
Yeah. So it's not, this one's not the evil one, but she's still scared.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, I got to get these bears. I don't have time to talk to the ghost. But the ghost's like, you're in my house and, you're going to go on my journey.
Okay.
So here's the problem. So we need to get these bears out. We can't wake them up because nothing's worse than waking up a sleeping bear. Am I right?
I've heard, yeah.
Although Eric might say differently about a black bear and a grizzly
they're
bear.
more afraid of you than
apparently.
Yeah.
But
that could be wrong. Don't stake your life on something I shared because I think I read it once online.
I don't think you have to worry.
To be
about
clear,
that.
I'm very afraid of those bears. So if they're more afraid of than me, then I feel bad for them.
I just wouldn't go palling around with any bear.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
Not, maybe a cub.
Yeah, maybe they'd be so cute.
I know.
Yeah.
She has 3 cubs, this mama sow.
What if
That's a lot.
Okay.
Okay, so just to set the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're asleep, and then there's something hanging over their head, and it's going to fall any minute. I mean, we're talking like we don't have time to waste.
Okay.
Here's a fun fact, though. Female whales are called cows.
This is so strange.
You better not let them hear you say that.
Yeah.
See, but I'm telling you, animal facts. That's what I'm
Terrible.
telling you.
But,
So I need to hear about these ghosts.
But a pack of bears is called a sloth?
But a female cow is called a sow. But a female whale is called a cow.
Who came up with these names?
It's
It was
crazy.
so uncreative.
Yeah. But a group of whales is a pod. That's it. I'm done.
Like
I
an
won't
ear
share anymore.
pod.
Though I will find out what a group of skunks is called.
She meets Phineas Waddell,
Okay.
the ghost.
If this were a play, which character would you play?
And Beau Waddell's not an option.
You can play him if you want. That's who you want to play?
No, because he's the sad one.
Okay.
I guess I would probably play the Mama Sow.
Really? Wow. Well, it's good to
it'd be comfy.
It's good
It'd be
to
a comfy
stretch yourself
costume.
as an actor.
And I just
I
have to
think that's
sleep on stage the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be nice.
so actually Frankie'd be really fun, the gangster.
Okay.
Because he has some really like funny moments
Oh,
that I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to get into.
Okay, one, a baby skunk is called a kit. That's adorable. But a group of skunks is called a surfeit, like surfeit, surfeit, which is a noun, which means an excessive amount of something. So I imagine somebody just got sprayed by like a group of skunks who's like, surfeit!
Okay.
Isn't it true that if you get sprayed by a skunk, you can't get the stench off?
Tomato or tomatoes? Whichever one.
I'm thinking of Labyrinth, where she's like
The
walking.
film Labyrinth?
The bog.
The bog
You'll
in Labyrinth.
smell
Yeah,
for
if you get that, then
eternity.
or fish. Yeah, fish or that bog. But skunk, I think you could take care of.
Okay, good to know.
All right.
Truly good to know.
All right.
Phineas Waddell is a ghost from the old time, and like it's so cliche that name,
Okay.
Phineas.
It is, yeah.
They're like, we need to find an old man name for a ghost. I don't
Yeah.
know, Phineas.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Do
I
it.
didn't buy that one.
Okay.
Anyway, so
That's the thing that you said. No, sir.
yeah.
No, sir.
So he's very mysterious, Phineas, and he is like, okay, but before I help you with this impending doom that's going to happen any moment, let me take you on a journey. So he takes her to the past. So he's basically the ghost from Christmas Past, and he shows her.
Of the title.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
So now we get into the Scrooge of it all.
Okay.
The story.
Now we do.
So she's like smack dab in the middle too. So she's taken back into time into like Christmas 1930 at the Wydell family Christmas, and it's fabulous. And this is what she's missing tonight, you know, because they do it every year.
Yeah.
So she's like, it's fabulous, and she meets all the Wydells and everything. She's like, why am I learning this? And he's like, you will find out. Like so mysterious. And she's like, okay, but I need help with this thing. All right, so then he's like, okay, so they try to move it. He can't touch anything. He can't lift anything because he's a ghost. He doesn't have enough energy.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right, so
That'd
they
be
need
hard.
more help. Knock, knock, knock. Ghost number 2 comes. So this is the ghost of Hal Wydell, who was a sheriff in town.
Oh.
And she knew him.
Around these parts.
And she solved his murder.
Oh.
In a previous book, I'm
Oh,
guessing.
I guess so.
Which she refers to very
Oh,
quickly.
my.
So Hal Wydell takes her to Christmas today. So he's Christmas future, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, no, I need help with this this pulley system. And he's like, come to me. And she goes to the Wydell home today.
Okay.
For the current Christmas party that,
Right.
that she's missing out on. And it's a really sad scene. Victoria Wydell is running the party and like being a tyrant, and she still doesn't know why she's witnessing this. And he's like,
Okay.
you'll find out.
This is Hal Wydell.
Hal Wydell.
Okay.
So then she's like, okay, well, I just went on your journey, so help me with this pulley. He doesn't have enough energy
Oh,
either.
no.
It's kind of becoming a little Three Little Pigs, isn't it?
I guess so.
Starting to remind me of that hen who wanted everybody's help to make bread, and nobody helped her, so then she just got to eat all the bread by herself, her and her chicks.
Will you help me pick my corn? That one. Yeah.
Just a master of voices.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm available for voice work.
We hear really creepy sounds, and it all starts to culminate, and we're like, oh, this is the evil spirit that we're
Okay.
talking about. So we're finally getting to meet the evil ghost that's the lord of this cider mill.
The Lord.
Yeah, because apparently every area has like a main ghost
Okay.
that's like kind of the alpha.
Okay.
And we're gonna finally meet the alpha.
Wow.
Every
Okay.
every lead up, we're like, oh, is this the alpha? No, it's just
Oh, I
Phineas.
see.
Is this the? No, it's just Hal. Now we're really gonna meet.
The real one.
And it is a kind of like what I would think would be like a siren kind of character, like a shrill woman.
Ooh.
Much like Victoria or Virginia Wydell.
Right.
But it's like a faceless character. So think Ghost of Christmas Future.
I will, yeah.
And Christmas Carol.
Or the
right?
Banshee from Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Freaked you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this ghost is taking her on a journey. She's like, "Please help me." And the lady's like, "No." And this one can talk, unlike the Christmas. She doesn't have a face or anything, but she can still communicate.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, it's creepy. I
That
don't know
is-
how she makes sound.
That is creepy.
But Verity is she's used to it all.
Sure, yeah.
Nothing shakes her. So this Christmas future takes her to, surprise, cemetery.
Oh.
So we're thinking like, who are we gonna see dead? Kind of like the Ebenezer Scrooge thing.
Tell me it's her. Tell me it's Verity.
No. So the
Oh,
tombstone
okay.
that we see, spoiler, is not Verity. It is
Spoiler alert.
Beau, her ex.
Oh.
And she sees Ellis, her current partner, Beau's brother, like crying and putting like a rose on the tombstone or whatever, and she's like, "Oh no, not Beau, not Beau." What could it be? So, cut to then they take her to like a nursing home in Virginia. Virginia
okay,
Wydell.
yeah,
The old lady's all alone. No one's
Aw.
visiting her on Christmas.
Okay.
She's a tyrant. Like the whole family's been torn apart, and we can't understand why. Apparently, Beau drank himself to death, and that's what the ghost tells us. I'm like,
wow.
does the ghost have the authority to like
I'm not
lay
sure if
all
he,
this
if
out?
he can out him like
But
that.
we don't
I
have time because
Yeah.
it's like we got 20 pages
I
left,
guess
so we have to figure it out.
Novella.
So basically, we come to the conclusion that Verity, because she was so mean to Virginia on Christmas Eve, Virginia Wydell, it tore the family apart.
Wow.
She didn't show up to the Christmas party because she
Okay.
was so mad at Virginia. Because
Okay.
Virginia's just really, really hard on Verity. So basically what Verity concludes is that she needs to suck up her pride.
Okay.
And just be nice to Virginia and let Virginia be Virginia and let Verity be Verity and just keep the family together.
Wow. So Verity, the ghost hunter, and our heroine is kind of the villain of the story.
Right. And
Wow.
she thinks
Heavy.
Yeah, but Virginia's more painted to be pretty awful because in the very first
Okay.
scene, Virginia, Verity gets a package delivered to her house, and
Okay.
it's like 75 pears.
Pears.
Yeah, a
Like the
basket of
fruit.
pears.
Okay.
And she has to pay $173 for the package herself because it wasn't prepaid.
Oh my goodness.
And we find out it's from Virginia, who wants Verity to bring a nice, pleasant gift to the party.
Okay.
And Verity doesn't have the money, so she has to like scrape together all this money. She
Wow.
rips Virginia's head off for it, and then Virginia gets, obviously offended.
Sure. Yeah.
And then that's why Verity decides not
Who
to go.
sends pears COD? That's crazy.
Really manipulative,
I guess
twisted
so.
person.
I guess so.
And the pears come into play at the end because when Verity all
Pear
right,
pie?
So when Verity's like, okay, I went on your journey too. I'm gonna be nice to Virginia. Blah 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 blah. Now everybody, help me move this pulley. Can I get some help here?
True. Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
all the ghosts are like, okay, well, I'm too weak. Oh, let's all morph together.
She's gonna be the only one eating this bear pie at the end.
Right. Meanwhile, tick tock, the pulley system's about to break.
Okay.
So all the ghosts.
TikTok from Wizard of Oz 2, Nick.
Maybe. Beau has a lot of Oz history, so that would make sense.
That movie, man.
It's scary. Scarier than
What
this malevolent
is-
bear presence.
we
I'll
could
tell you
talk about that movie for a whole hour.
I don't want to. I want to sleep tonight.
All right.
The
So
wheelies? Their hands and legs are wheels?
don't even get me started on Princess
Oh
Mombi.
my gosh.
Those heads.
All the heads in the cupboard. Why'd you bring this up? You're a monster. Anyway,
And the end.
Yeah.
Is she like tied to a bed
it's
screaming?
insane. Yeah, it's insane.
I would
That
be
movie
too.
is a fever dream.
Yeah.
Literally.
But it's
I
really,
guess.
it's really good.
It is good. You're right.
Well-
All right. Sorry.
well produced.
The pulley's going to break.
So all the ghosts are like, all right, let's all form together. Let's do this. So they perform an energy ball. It's not enough. It's not enough. They're still not strong enough. Oh, what are we going to do? Don't forget about Frankie.
No.
Frankie the gangster's there. But he's helping.
He's like, hey, you guys. Why you...
hey, you guys down here with the Cubs.
Yeah.
And he's making friends with the Cubs. He loves the Cubs. And like, Frankie, get in this pile.
He's from Chicago then.
No, it's a sports reference. Good job.
Yeah, what did you say earlier about Devon Sawa was in some sports movie? Little Giants? Is that a...
Little Giants, yeah, the football movie with the kids.
With
who
Rick
were like-
Moranis?
With Rick Moranis and the other guy. It was the guy from forget it.
Okay.
I'm so not into sports, you guys, that like I wouldn't even watch my idol back in the day in a sports movie.
I guess not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Loved
Okay.
him in Now and Then. though.
All right. So they so they join together into a ball, and Frankie's there.
And then they're like, Frankie, get in here. So then
Yeah.
Frankie joins, and then they're powerful enough to move the pulley. Verity grabs it out of the way just in time as it goes crashing to the ground away from the Cubs. And
Wow.
and the mama bear never wakes up.
Wow.
I was like, dang. Talk about hibernation.
Mama's sleeping one off.
Actually, I did read that mother bears can give birth while in hibernation and just like wake up in a few months and be like, oh, I got kids now.
No epidural?
no, they're fine with that.
Natural
Yeah.
epidural.
They just don't they don't do anything. They eat and then they just like hold it in all winter. They won't like poop or anything all winter. It's crazy.
Ow.
Just give birth asleep.
Animal
Natural.
facts. What are you gonna do?
That is actually the most interesting animal fact I've heard all day.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
good. Yeah. All right. So Mama Bear never wakes up.
Yeah. And so she basically saved them, saved it.
But
So
why are there bears in the basement?
Nobody knows.
That's not addressed.
no.
There's just bears living in their
Well,
basement.
it's an old cider mill, so maybe they wanted to like
Oh.
eat the old apples.
Maybe they love cider.
And they're hibernating. It's winter, so they're going to
Still.
hibernate in like kind of a cave.
Okay.
Like I understand that much.
And that's the end.
No.
Oh.
So we have the mission, right? She's
Yeah.
like, okay, I got to be nice to this family. Got to bring
Right.
them together. So she goes home, and what does she do? She gets all those pears she bought.
Right.
She turns them into a pie.
Ah.
And this pie was like a famous pie in the Whitehall family that she saw in one of the Christmases
Oh,
past.
okay.
She goes to the house, saves Christmas with the
Wow.
pie, brings them
Okay.
together like, we love pie,
Yeah.
and we love you.
Yeah.
And so Virginia's kind of like accepted it. Her husband loves the pie.
You're killing Eric.
And basically, I can't remember the name of the pie. There, it's like a, it's a very specific type of pie.
A special pear pie.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
like a certain type. Like
Okay.
Anyway, I'll have to come back next year.
Yeah,
and
I
tell
guess you will. Yeah.
Very romantic. And my favorite part. So remember how Beau died of alcohol poisoning?
Yes.
As explained by the faceless ghost of Christmas
the
Future.
faceless banshee. Yep.
He sees the pie, and as he's like going to reach for the pie, she grabs the drink out of his hand and puts the pie in his hand. So
Oh.
it's like she saved his alcoholism
So
problem
he
with
dies
her
of
pie.
obesity.
Pretty much, right? Then he had a sugar
I
addiction,
guess so,
which
yeah.
is much better than
I
alcohol
guess
poisoning. So she saves Beau. She keeps the family together and happy, all with this pie. And then she and Ellis kind of, I'm assuming, live happily ever after.
And the skunk is...
The skunk's at home.
He's at home.
Yeah,
okay.
he didn't make it on the journey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
bravo.
And then she sees Donna. Donna comes to the party. She's like, hey, did everything go okay?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no thanks to you. But yeah, so that's how it ends.
It's a masterpiece. Eric, can your pony book,
It's been a while since we were talking about this, but female elephants are called cows as well. So elephants in Wales are both called cows. Yeah, not sows. Also, longest pregnancy, longest gestation any mammal has, elephant, 23 months.
That's a long
Just walking
time.
around like, oh, how's the baby?
That's
Good.
a long time.
About a year and a half along.
That's a lot of pickles and ice cream they got to get
That's all right. That's pretty cliche.
through. Is it?
Elephants are too smart for that.
You're right.
Elephants have a matriarchal
Christmas-
society.
A pony for Christmas.
Most bulls actually just leave the herd and live their life solo.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Whales as well.
How
But
many
you don't call it
stomachs
a
do they
pod of
have?
elephants. You
Yeah,
call it
that's
a
true.
herd.
That's true.
How many what?
Stomachs do they have?
Stomachs, just the one.
Oh, well, then they're not like cows.
All
I
right.
got to cycle all that.
Let's get back. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry. This is my fault.
You're right. It
You
is.
picked an animal book.
Didn't mean to.
Oh, geez.
you got to
All right. She
Christmas
went
Day.
to the shed. She went
Yeah.
to the shed. There's no horse. There's no pony.
Yeah.
Christmas is.
she's giving away the candy
She's
cane
gonna give her candy
to
cane.
Carl the hobo.
Carl walks in. Carl's at the door. She gives him the candy cane. She's like, "Listen, I appreciate this. You reminded me. You woke up the old fool in me. I need to make amends." And he has with him a pony for Susie because he is the father of Will, who owns the ranch.
Oh.
But ever since his daughter died in that horse accident, he has been just living aloof and on the streets
Like
and
a
in that
tramp.
shed like a tramp. No, the pony belongs because he owns all of that. So that's his.
Oh.
All those horses belong to him and everything. So he's like, "This is for you." And then Will comes back and he hugs Susie. He's like, "I gotta thank you because not only did I get to come to Christmas dinner, you gave me my father back."
Oh.
And she's like, "Can we save a place for Will?" Susie asked this, and her mom's like, "I already did." So you know that they're going to be getting
Whoa,
together.
Yes.
And so Susie's going to have a whole family. She's going to be rich.
Wow.
Because they own this huge ranch. She's going to not just have her special pony, but she's going to have like all those horses.
So the moral of this story is if someone hands you a candy cane, you say thank you.
Yeah.
You say thank you
Yes, you do.
for that candy
Yeah,
cane because
yeah.
you never know.
I do quit because there's the thing. Like those stories where like somebody's dating somebody who's rich, but they
Yeah.
don't know that. And
Yeah.
then they find out. Those are always fun.
Yeah.
But when somebody's like slowly dating the rich person, it's like, okay, but are you dating him because
Right.
he's very
Yeah,
rich or because you really like him? Because, yeah.
I think that's Will's concern always.
But I think in this situation, we're to trust
That the mother really liked
mother really liked Will.
Okay.
Whose name I can't remember. Let's call her Nancy.
Let's do it. Will and Nancy.
The mom is so sweet because she only wanted what was best for her daughter the whole time. So I
Right.
can imagine she'd take advantage
That's
of
true,
anyone.
yeah. So anyway,
Good point, Beau. Good point.
it's a very sad book throughout because Susie's very sweet and adorable, and she's just a little
A Shirley Temple vehicle. is
yeah,
what
she's
this
a
would be.
little moppet, if you will. And you just want her to have that pony. And when she doesn't get it on the Christmas, she's like, "This sucks. This sucks. Screw you,
Christmas
Bev
is
Peterson."
canceled.
But then she does get the pony, and everything turns out, so it's good.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah. So good job, Bev Peterson. I mean,
Both of your books have such dramatic endings versus mine. I should not have saved mine for last.
okay.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, the Zach's in-laws, their whole house burns down, and they're living with him, and he's
A female cat is called a queen.
and Queenie is the name
Queenie,
of the
yeah.
cat in my book. So
Yeah.
anyway, Zach's his in-laws family, the house burns down. So Zach's in-laws' house burns down, and they're living with him.
Yeah.
And he figures out the family secrets that the dad
Yeah.
had an affair, and blah 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 blah.
Right.
So this makes Zach realize that everything he's thought about how you can't be happy and there's no point in trying, and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. It was all because his dad had an affair, not because like love is broken.
Right.
So that allows him to
He
open.
can marry the hot little mousy girl.
Exactly. That allows him to open his heart to Marilee. He goes to her house. She opens the door. He makes out with her. They did kiss once early on, but
Yeah.
he got pulled away and was like, no, I can't commit. I can't commit to you.
Uh-huh.
I'm not
Yeah.
a one-woman man. But anyway, now he knows that he can. And so they make out and then cut. All right. And then a year later,
Uh-huh.
Zach has a ring. Ambrose and Queenie are happily reunited.
Right.
Zach proposes. Meanwhile, Marilee has gone back to school and gotten her veterinary degree.
Finally.
And Zach proposes. They're engaged. Ambrose has succeeded in his mission and will now have a peaceful retirement in his 9 lives where he can fall in love with Queenie all over again.
Right.
Merry Christmas. Okay, so final thoughts. Beau, here are my questions for you. Was it good? Did you like it? Was it Christmassy enough? Would you ever pick up another by this author or from this series?
I enjoyed it because I knew it was going to be over soon.
Okay.
That sounds terrible because it was short enough to not be like so bored.
Right. Okay.
And I thought the author did a good job of just, like I said, being descriptive.
Okay.
Painting a picture. I just felt like there were too many twists and turns. I was kind of like, wait, what?
Everything you described, it's insane to me that that's 100 pages.
Yeah, it was way too much. It was too convoluted. We didn't need the bears.
No.
At all. I didn't understand
that's the part I would cut.
Or Donna, really. So, because I liked the story was very Christmassy. I thought it really
that's good. Okay,
because
so
the way that she described the old timey White Owl parties and stuff was so beautiful and so like Charles Dickens.
Phineas Waddell.
Wow, Phineas Waddell, I do declare.
As I live and breathe.
Yeah.
So it was Christmassy. You enjoyed parts of it. Would you read this author of this series again?
No.
Okay. All right. Eric, same question.
Was the book Christmassy?
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
And would you read anything else?
No. Here are the some of the titles of her other books: Thoroughbreds and Trailer Trash.
Oh, stop right there.
Jockeys and Jewels, Color My Horse, Studs and Stilettos, Fillies and Females, Horses and Heroin. And then there's also one that just says, Along Came a Cowboy.
No. So Eric, I take it you're not a horse girl?
It's not so much the amount of horses in these books. It's definitely, all the covers seem very self-published. Oh. Like somebody's like, I got a picture of a horse. Great. Make that a silhouette.
Was it written well? I mean, did you like...
Yeah, it was written fine.
Yeah.
It was written for 60 pages. It didn't outstay
60 pages?
Yeah. It was fine. It was, I mean, the kid was cute. The story was sad until it wasn't. It had that happy ending. We just saw Knives Out, and the whole idea is that there's $60 million on the line, and I'm just like, what would I do for $60 million? And now it's just like, man, I wish some rich rancher would fall in love with me and my cute little moppet daughter. But,
high stakes.
That's the gist.
I like that in this story you most identified with the mother, who was a secondary character. You don't want to be the girl.
I just had to refinance my student loans.
You don't want to be the girl who gets the pony in a new lease on life. You want to be her single mom.
I just want to pay off my student loans and have a furnished basement, and that's it. What in this family?
What if it's full of bears? You gotta be
basement. Oh no, it's furnished with sows.
Don't go to Sugar Land, Tennessee.
Yeah, y'all can use the basement, but word of warning, it's full of sows. No, not that sow. Not that sow. Keep going. Keep going. Almost there. That's right.
That's
it's a
the
bear.
one.
It's a bear, honey.
First of all, I just want to point out that my book was 214 pages.
Listen to this guy.
That's all. So what are the questions? What are we asking here?
Was it Christmassy?
It was very Christmassy. Yes,
right.
It was everything was about like getting ready for Christmas. Zach not wanting the tree and merrily being like, I have a Christmas cat.
Yeah.
So yes, it was.
Did
Christmassy.
you like it?
It felt Christmassy. I was just so puzzled by the by the graphic cat deaths and the
super steamy
overt
sex.
sexual references,
right?
And then the hallmarkiness of it that I was very puzzled by it,
right?
But as far as Christmas books go, I mean, I could do worse,
right?
Than picking up another book by
which
Sheila
character
Roberts.
did you most relate to in this story?
Oh boy, I guess Ambrose, because he was just trying to fix things for people, He just
there we go.
Help.
Superman complex.
He just
over there.
wanted to help.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Nick came to this earth in a rocket ship.
And I could see myself picking up another
really
Sheila Roberts
That's a twist. That's
Christmas
a twist,
book.
yeah.
Sure, I could.
All
yeah.
right.
If we could pick a tone and run with it, I think that would be good. I think maybe next year for our third annual Christmas book club, I might not do a cat book.
Mm-hmm.
I think I missed the murder mystery element, so I think I might go back
to
to
dog murder
murder
mystery
mysteries
during Christmas.
Where a dog murders someone at Christmas.
Yeah.
That would be so sad.
Yeah.
You're as grumpy as that basement sow.
Didn't even wake up. Yeah. Cujo's Christmas.
Right? Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll all reunite
Cujo's
next year
just
for
hopped
Cujo's
up on
Christmas.
cocaine and rabies, and he's got to remember the spirit of Christmas. He's played by Al Pacino.
Hey! This whole season is out of order. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think
Have I got a bone to pick with you? Hoo-ah!
Now that's all I want. I want this more
Ho,
than
ho, ho!
I want this more than that little girl wanted that pony.
Oh, no, you don't.
Whose book wins?
That no one wants anything more than that girl wanted a pony.
Whose book wins? What is the best book that was read this year?
Listen, I don't know, because I sat that entire time like, this girl better get her freaking pony. And then I'm like, if I have daughters, how much do ponies cost? What if all my kids want ponies?
But you're not going to read the other.
Yeah, I got to pay off my student loans first before I can afford ponies. But at the same time, I mean, this is how much kids want something. I would have
Maybe you'll fall in love with a wealthy horse farmer just like you want.
I would have sold my sister and brother to anyone offering a movie ticket to Jurassic Park had they said I could go see Jurassic Park as a kid. So, like, this book nails the whole, like, this is how kids want things, and this is how important things are to kids. Anyway.
I think maybe Eric's book wins, because mine was a bit of a mess. And, Beau's, yours was so crowded. Yours was so crammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 3 ghosts, 3 bears, 75 pears, partridge, and a...
Mine's just about a girl, wants a pony, makes a friend who stops throwing snowballs at her, is nice to a homeless man, handsome rancher guy.
I didn't know he was handsome.
Well, yeah, of course he's handsome.
Well, see, I was gonna vote for Nick's book for being the best because it just felt like it did kind of all come together.
You
very
think
nicely,
the rich man who owns the ranch is not handsome?
I don't know what I was picturing.
He's got a cowboy hat.
I know. I stay away
He
from
gets
ranch
out of his
stories.
truck.
Yeah.
He gets out of his truck on Christmas Day with his cowboy hat on.
You said he was homeless.
No, that's the dad.
Oh.
I mean,
also probably
technically,
rugged and handsome
he's
in his own way.
Yeah, I guess. Like yeah. I bet if she's all that him.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Just take the ponytail out. I don't know. I'm a sucker for gruesome and murdery, and I'm also a sucker for sexy Christmas stories. So I feel like yours kind of had it all for me. I think I should get into the Hallmark movie world. I think I would like those movies.
Discussing this, I suggested to you both that someone read a book called Pupcakes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
not doing any more food-related thing. Here's the thing, though, which isn't happening.
It is. We've committed to it.
If this was to happen next year.
And it will.
I want another animal Christmas book.
Okay.
But I want the animal in the book.
Yeah.
I had to read like 60 pages to get to the pony.
Yeah.
So,
that's not fair.
You had this book was told through the cat's perspective.
It was filled with cats.
Yeah. Sounds like I would have liked this book. I'm a child of divorce.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. Maybe next year we just swap.
Yeah, okay.
Just have different books.
No, I'm not reading that book.
Well, so we don't have a clear
have
a clear winner then about who
read
the
mine
best
did.
book. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, Beau's switching his vote. All right,
Mine's
so Eric,
simple. Yeah, mine's Christmassy.
Peterson's-
Mine's good. Thank you.
Bev Peterson's a pony for Christmas.
A Pony for Christmas.
A Pony for Christmas, a novella by Bev Peterson, is the winner of this year's Christmas Book Club.
And the winner gets a pony! Yay!
All right.
So,
well, I think that's going to do
hey,
it.
this pony's not as docile as I was promised.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You need a quiet horse.
Oh, that's it.
I think it's going to do it for this week's All the Book Show and for this year's Christmas Book Club.
Yeah, stop saying
Beau,
this year.
It is this year's because it's an annual tradition. We've all agreed to that. Beau, thank you so much for joining us for the 3rd year in a row.
Guys, it's a total honor. I look forward to this every Christmas. So we are doing this again, Eric, because I look forward to it.
We could always Skype you in if you happen to not be here. We could Skype you in. We've done that a few times.
Oh, wow, technology.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, any closing thoughts? Any final words? It's our last episode before Christmas, so anything you want to say to the people?
The killer whales specifically are matriarchal. Which means they're led by the older female of the group.
Okay.
And they travel in pods. And different pods of different killer whales will have a different society. And scientists have realized they actually speak like different languages from other pods of whales, and will have learned different ways of catching prey. So some whales will pick up a stick and pick fish off the bottom of the ocean, and others will just chase them onto the shore. So protect the oceans.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that animal fact.
No problem.
And with that, we bid you adieu at another All the Books Show holiday special. Happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you next week with our take on the best books and movies from 2019. See you then.